Thank you, Rowan. Well, good evening, everybody. I hope you're well. These are strange times, aren't they? With self-isolating and, well, you can't get to the society, members' rooms, you can't get to the pub, you can't even have your friends round for a wee dram. So, and all my gigs are cancelled. So the society and I thought we would have a go at this, see if we can assemble some people for a virtual gig. It feels very strange, I have to say. I don't know whether there are 2 of you there or 2, but I do hope, however many are watching, that you've managed to furnish yourself with a little dram to enjoy a few songs. Normally I prefer the older Kleinliches, the 27-year-old, the 29-year-old, but I would never open one of those just for drinking alone. And well, does this count as drinking alone? I'm not sure. Throughout this evening performance, anytime you want to, you can make some feedback, some comments to the Society on the Facebook page, because we're all trying this, something new, something different. Let us know how it works, and well, we'll see if we might do it again. I'm going to start with a couple of songs from my next CD. It's not available yet. It's a CD called Holding Gold, and the first song I want to do is called Whisky Pilgrims. All the whisky festivals are cancelled, and all my lovely friends from other European countries and further afield, they're not coming to the Speyside Whisky Festival, the Isla Whisky Festival. The Whisky Pilgrims are staying at home. So I've got a little song for you to make you feel wanted at the very least. Whisky Pilgrims. Whisky Pilgrim, you are welcome here. Welcome to this land. You stand at the bar or upon the shore, holding gold in your hand, and the liquid fire of our nation's heart is coursing through your veins. And though in time you must depart, our friendship will remain. So follow the light, oh the mystic light, the light of the golden dram. And even when storms batter through the night, you'll find peace and calm. So pilgrim, come, pull up a chair and share our stories and songs. This world is full of trouble and care, but this can make you strong. Whisky Pilgrim, you are welcome here. Welcome to this land. You stand at the bar or upon the shore, holding gold in your hand, and the liquid fire of our nation's heart is coursing through your veins. And though in time you must depart, our friendship will remain. And heather and gorse on these ancient hills, cut by rivers and streams, pagoda skyline and Buddha stills, and peat smoke haunt your dreams. And of all the things you carry away whenever you travel back home, a memory of your happy stay is the best thing you can own. Whisky Pilgrim, you are welcome here. Welcome to this land. You stand at the bar or upon the shore, holding gold in your hand, and the liquid fire of our nation's heart is coursing through your veins. And though in time you must depart, our friendship will remain. And though in time you must depart, I hope you will come again. Yes, to sing a song without any applause, it reminds me of Kirkcaldy Folk Club all these years ago. So the other song from this new CD, Holding Gold, is a bit of a strange one. It's called Thank You Whisky Vicar. And there is a gentleman in Germany called Wolfgang Rothe, and he is a minister and he calls himself the Whisky Vicar. I think he believes that drinking good whisky can be a spiritual experience, and well, I think I would agree with that. Yes. So, as yet I haven't met Wolfgang, the Whisky Vicar, but I imagined meeting him and a conversation that we had about whisky. So this is Thank You Whisky Vicar. Twas an autumn day, the sky was blue, the trees were turning gold, when I met the Whisky Vicar. He was strolling down the road, and I asked him if a decent malt could help a sinner like me. And just for a while we walked and talked, and he shared his philosophy. He said, don't look for miracles or the guiding hand of God. We have no choice but to travel, but we can always choose which road. He said, whiskey can bring you joy, and it can bring you peace, but whiskey can lead to confusion and even unleash the beast. It can bathe you in a heavenly light, or it can make you blind. It isn't the whiskey, it's not the whiskey, it's your attitude of mind. There's a Highland cathedral we can find among the mountains and glens. It's a Hogwarts for the lover of drams. It's a haven for whisky friends. And the angels all play bagpipes, the students laugh and sing. They love to talk about whisky, appreciation is their thing. And it's a brotherhood of whisky fans, a sisterhood as well. They're not the crazy drinkers, when you meet them you can tell. He said whiskey can bring you joy, it can bring you peace, but whiskey can lead to confusion and even unleash the beast. It can bathe you in a heavenly light, or it can make you blind. It isn't the whiskey, it's not the whiskey, it's your attitude of mind. I was born in the summer of love, that's inspired my plan to foster love and friendship among my fellow man. He said whiskey is my method, it's my spirituality. Just remember it was made by monks long before you and me. Yeah, the devil comes a knocking because he wants to be let in. we are the whiskey drinkers of love, not the drinkers of sin. He said, a whiskey can bring you joy, it can bring you peace, but whiskey can lead to confusion and even unleash the beast. It can bathe you in a heavenly light, or it can make you blind. It isn't the whiskey, it's not the whiskey, it's your attitude of mind. I said goodbye to Wolfgang there, and we parted on that road. The sun's still high in the clear blue sky, and the trees were turning gold. And I felt my life was turning too. I decided to take control and to appreciate my blessings and take more care of my soul. So thank you, Whiskey Vicar, for being so wise and calm and showing me salvation. And we didn't even share a dram. He said, a whiskey can bring you joy, it can bring you peace, but whiskey can lead to confusion and even unleash the beast. It can bathe you in a heavenly light, or it can make you blind. It isn't the whiskey, it's not the whiskey, it's your attitude of mind. It isn't the whiskey, it's not the whiskey, it's your attitude of mind. Thank you, Whisky Vicar. Now, there's another song on that Whiskey and Death album that I would like to sing for you. It's called Shackletons Hut, and I was thinking about this song because, well, for one, there's a travel ban. The place seems so quiet without cars and airplanes going by. So the song starts with a little bit of a fantasy about, well, a journey, shall we say, a mystical, strange journey. And also we're thinking about self-isolation. And what better place to self-isolate than in Shackletons Hut in Antarctica? Because you know the story that they discovered a stash of whiskey under the floor of Shackletons Hut 100 years after it had been left there by Shackleton. And it's still drinkable. And the really cool thing is they put it back, so it's still there. So that gave me an idea for a little holiday. Shackletons Hut. I'm gonna fly across to Jamaica, then I'll swim to the Yucatan. I'll get to Venezuela any way I can. I'll cycle down the Andes, right to the very tip at Tierra del Fuego. I'll climb aboard a ship and across the Weddell Sea. That ship will carry me. I'm gonna cleanse my soul at the southern pole. My life has lost its meaning, I think I'm in a rut. It's time for some spring cleaning, a month or two in Shackletons Hut. I won't take anything with me except for my teddy bear. I guess it could get lonely, depends how long I'm there. I won't miss the television, it's a poison in my brain, and a drop of Shackleton's whiskey will help to keep me sane. And underneath the floor there's 60 bottles or more. I'm gonna dig a little hole at the southern pole. My life has lost its meaning, I think I'm in a rut. It's time for some spring cleaning in a month or two in Shackletons Hut. Now Ernest was a good guy, respected by all his men. He took them to the world's edge and he brought them back again. And he embraced adventure every single day. And he knew the power of whiskey to keep the cold at bay. Mr. Shackleton could be a good role model for me. I'm gonna rock and roll at the southern pole. My life has lost its meaning, I think I'm in a rut. It's time for some spring cleaning in a month or two at Shackletons Hut. So now I've reached Antarctica, I landed with the tide. But a friendly penguin told me the hut's on the other side. I guess I'd better start walking, it'll help to keep me warm. And a little bit of exercise never did me any harm. So Pingo, come with me, I could use some company. We'll waddle and we'll stroll to the southern pole. My life has lost its meaning, I think I'm in a rut. It's time for some spring cleaning in a month or two or three in Shackletons Hut. Woo. You wouldn't need any ice in it, would you? You know, I imagine when I'm singing these chorusy songs that you're all sitting at the side of your laptop or computer, whatever, with your whiskey glass, keeping time and singing the choruses. I don't know if that's true, but that's what's in my mind anyway. I'm going to do a song from Glasgow now. Let's not be in any mistake, I am from Edinburgh, okay? But the society now has a members' room in Glasgow, and it's been a long time coming. I was so looking forward to visiting the members' room in Glasgow, and then we got put on lockdown and everything had to close. So it's something I just have to defer gratification. But just for all my friends in Glasgow, here's a whiskey song from Glasgow. It's a kind of traditional song, and it's from Glasgow, so you won't understand a word of it. It's called The Queer Folk in the Shaws. That part of Glasgow, the Shaws, it's Pollock Shaws, but people call it the Shaws. I'm not going to explain it. I thought unto myself a day I'd like to see a race, for many other lads like me had been to sic a place. So up I got and I washed myself, put on my Sunday bras, and wi' a stick into my hand I started for the Shaws. Now my mother tichtly counselled me afore that I gaed out to tak good care and mind my way what I was about. She said, ye may be trod to death beneath the horse's paws, and mind you lad, the saying's true, there's queer folk in the Shaws. The races pleased me unca weel, aye they were grand to see. The horses ran sae awfy fast, I thought they maisted flee. When they come near the winning post, sick and loud huzzas, you would he thought they'd all gained daft the queer folk in the Shaws. And a bonny lass come up to me and asked me for a jill. Says I, if that's the fashion here, I munna take it ill. She wiled me out into a tent and half a muchkin cause. Thinks I, my lass, I see it's true, there's queer folk in the Shaws. The whiskey made my love to bleeze, and in a state o' bliss I gripped the lassie round the neck to tak a wee bit kiss. When in a crack she lifts her knee and bangs it in my jaws. Says I, my dear, what means all this? There's queer folk in the Shaws. And a strapping chiel come for it then and took a one, alas, miscried me for a country clown, a stupid silly ass. Says I, if I've done ony ill, let me ken the cause. But he made his fit spin off my hip, there's queer folk in the Shaws. Aroused at last, I drew my fist and I scalped him on the lug. Though sadly I was worried by his great big collie dug. It bit my arms, it bit my legs, it tore my Sunday bras, and in the row I lost my watch with the queer folk in the Shaws. And the police then come up to me and hauled me off to quad. They put their twines about my wrists and thumped me on the road. They garred me pay a good pound note, ere I got out their claws. Catch me again ere I go near the queer folk in the shaws. Catch me again ere I go near the queer folk in the shaws. Good old Glasgow town. I meet people from all over the world who are fans of single malt whisky, as I am, you can tell. In fact, it's a passion for me. And almost everyone can tell me which whisky it was that first turned them on, or which friend it was that introduced them to the first good whisky they ever had. There's always a story. And for me, it was Tallis Kirby 100 proof. All these years ago in the 1970s, when I was working in the Arisig Hotel, and all the customers were asking about the single malts, and I had to do some research, and I eventually discovered the one that I liked the best was Tallis Kirby 100 proof. The whisky that changed my life. And that's what this song's about. It's called Tallis Kirby. Whisky has epiphany. I picked up stones on Tallis Kirby. I threw them in the sea. I had to find a different way, something right for me. Watched the boats go sailing by, saw the waterfall dropping down the cliff so high. I heard the seabirds call. I felt the waves on Tallis Kirby crashing over the stones, the ancient dance of foam and spray and tall ships coming home. Threw my voice across the sky, it fell into the sea. I was Icarus fly, nobody watching me. And time stood still for me, there by the margin of the sea. I poured a dram on Tallis Kirby, the night time coming on, and I decided I would stay and feel the kiss of dawn. A driftwood fire to keep me warm and a liquid fire inside. Suddenly the inner storm quietened down and died. Time stood still for me, tasting the smoke and the stone by the margin of the sea. Sweet salty memories of home. Beneath the stars on Tallis Kirby, I sang a simple song, and all the world seemed far away, and the night still and long. Something in that Tallis Kirby dram opened up my eyes, and I came close to understanding the things that I should prize. It doesn't make me wise, but time stood still for me, tasting the smoke and stone by the margin of the sea. Sweet salty memories, sweet salty memories of home. And it's still a good dram, Tallis Kirby. Although I don't have a favourite whisky these days. My favourite whisky is the next one, which in this case is going to be the Clynelish. I'm going to finish up now with a song called Whisky for Breakfast. That was the title of one of my albums, Whisky for Breakfast, and Tallis Kirby is on there, Whisky for Breakfast. If you're interested in finding out more about my CDs, whisky CDs or non-whisky CDs, which I also have, or my books, whisky books, you can visit my website, www.robinlaing.com, and you'll get all the information there. And don't forget to make comments back to the Malt Whisky Society on the Facebook page. And I hope that the next time we meet it's in real life, time and place, and in person, and we can really share a dram. And I hope that it all happens quite soon. Lockdown isn't so bad, but I know that some people are having it really tough, and we think about them. Think about you if you're suffering a cough and a fever, but I hope that you're all well. Whisky, after all, is the cure for which there is no disease, and even the scientists tell us that high level alcohol can kill the virus, so this one will do me, I think. Whisky for breakfast, don't recommend it every day, but once in a while it's okay. And I do expect you to sing along with this one. I take whisky for my breakfast to see me through the day. Just one little whisky helps me on my way. Clears my tubes, thins my blood, clarifies my head. Just one little whisky, then I go back to bed. I don't need no scrambled eggs, I don't need no bacon. A single malt is all I need to stop my hands from shaking. Now some folk love their cornflakes and others porridge oats, shredded wheat, sugar puffs, whatever floats your boat. If I have to eat grass for breakfast, this is the kind I'll choose. A little bit of barley converted into booze, and I don't need no scrambled eggs, I don't need no bacon. A single malt is all I need to stop my hands from shaking. Well, I come from the land of Calvin, the devil, and John Knox. Winter lasts for half a year and we sleep in woolly socks. But if I lived in southern lands and woke up in the sun, I wouldn't need breakfast whiskey, well, maybe just the one. I don't need no scrambled eggs, I don't need no bacon. A single malt is all I need to stop my hands from shaking. Old cloudy old Bernasconi lives in San Moritz, and he cleans his teeth with whiskey. He very seldom spits. He brushes, then he gargles, swallows it with glee. And then he comes down for breakfast, and he has the same as me. And I don't need no scrambled eggs, I don't need no bacon. A single malt is all I need to stop my hands from shaking. And when I go to Isla, I party all night long. Fun and drams and stories, even the occasional song. Sometimes I take breakfast before I go to bed. But if there's nothing in the fridge, well, I have another dram instead. I don't need no scrambled eggs, I don't need no bacon. A single malt is all I need to stop my hands from shaking. And when I go to Dufftown, I stay at the Tanachbray, and Alan keeps some whiskey in an aerosol spray. He spreads a mist of whiskey over my beans on toast, and then he squirts some on my tongue, and I like that the most. I don't need no scrambled eggs, I don't need no bacon. A single malt is all I need to stop my hands from shaking, to stop my knees from quaking, to stop my bones from aching, to stop my skin from flaking, to stop my heart from breaking. And unless I am mistaken, I'll be dancing like a Jamaican. Oh, whiskey for my breakfast, and I'm limbo dancing all day long. Thank you very much. Good night to you all, and Slanjiva till the next time.